Who's on Melli's playlist right now? Who's on your playlist?
Myself. No,
Good answer. That's a great answer.
I mean, I be listening to my songs sometimes. I'm like, okay, you could have done better on this. I see why people are not listening to that one. I'm very like critical of what I do afterwards. Like it's like I'm a lot like in the moment. I love it, and then it's some songs I released. I really love them, and then later on I revisit, and I'm like, we're gonna delete that.
Right.
Like my first music video, I privated it. It has like 200,000 views. I was like, I don't want anybody else to see this ever.
What music video was that?
It's called, that was my first music video. It's called Set It Off.
Okay.
And yeah, no.
Okay,
we didn't set it off.
That's funny.
I thought we did.
You thought you set it off in that moment, right?
Yeah, but we didn't.
That's kind of interesting how that happens, how these things, these inanimate things can kind of develop and grow over time. Our mind wraps around it in a different way the next day.
But you know, also,
excuse me.
No problem. Also, as being like a new artist, it's like you're still experimenting. You're still trying to find your vibe and your style and what people like. So, and it's growing, you know, because that was my first song.
Right.
And I feel like I sound crazy.
Wow.
Now when I look back. And people are like, well, you should still leave it on because it's like it shows your growth and your journey. But I'm like, no, it's so trash, it cannot be seen by anybody else.
Right.
Like, so.
No, I understand. That's understandable.
But on my, go ahead.
No, I was just about to mention War. War was the first, that was my introduction to you musically. And I really love that song a lot. I love the video for it, the feel, everything.
Yeah, that's the most popular one.
Yeah.
Still till this day.
How did that idea or concept come about?
So when War came out, what I did was to be cost effective. You know, I did 4 videos in 2 days. So I had 4 songs that were already ready to go, that I recorded, that were already mixed and mastered, ready to go. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go. I was still living out here at the time in LA. So I had my guy in Atlanta. He was like, come through, we're gonna try to knock them out. So we did a 2-day shooting 4 music videos. And so we did that, and then I was like, when we had all of that, I was like, okay, which one I'm releasing first? Because I didn't want to release something, I don't know, because it was also 4 different type of songs. So I was like, which one would have the bigger impact, I think. So then I was like, people like to hear stuff like, that's like a story. So I was like, I think I'm gonna go with that. I know people like dancing too. So I was like, okay, maybe the next one is that I'm gonna release is gonna be like a more like pop, dance, whatever.
Right.
And but how War came about was, I was with my writer. I don't write music.
And that's Anthony Mitchell, correct?
Yes.
Gotcha.
He's an artist too. He goes by A. Mitch.
A. Mitch, gotcha.
Yeah, he goes.
Shout out to A. Mitch.
Yep, for sure. And so I sat down with him and I was like, yo, I want a song that I want to talk about some shit. And he was like, all right. So he came, he recorded. We had a conversation of like an hour. I told him the story that happened with my ex-boyfriend getting me arrested because he reported my car stolen. So then that kind of gave me the vibe of like, yo, American men. I don't want to generalize, but
no, we're going to go ahead.
Your American men are on another level. When you hurt them, or not intentionally or intentionally, but like when you hurt them, there is no like. Okay.
I want you to stop there because that's an interesting topic that we're gonna discuss. In a minute.
Okay. But that's how War came about. It was like a real story that happened.
So you were technically really about to go to war, or at least going to war internally. Yeah.